What's going on, guys? My name is Casey, and today I would wanted to bring you something just a little bit different. And I figure I would talk about something that is kind of recent in history. It has to do with freedom, and it kind of plays into the fact that today is actually my birthday, July 25th. That is, and I was at my grandparents this weekend, kind of celebrating with them, and I don't get to go over there very often, and when I do go over there, they just spoil the crap out of me, and it feels weird because I'm not used to it. I'm not used to having someone wanting to buy me stuff, and yeah, it's kind of weird. And to me, like just the simple fact, like I have had these shoes for the past 4 years. They're like I guess they're called globes, and they had a rip in one of the seams, and um, you know one of my grandparents were like, "Hey, let's sew that up," and I'm like, "Wow, really?" And sometimes it's kind of weird to actually have someone want to help you out, because usually in life we get to where you don't really think that no one wants to help you. You don't really get to where I don't know. You just expect people to just kind of run over you, and here lately at my own house, I don't know, we've kind of had to experience that ourselves. Me and my mom, that is, we're used to living alone. In here in the past, past couple months, we've pretty much lived with other people, and I've told you guys that I'm usually by myself. For you guys who don't know or have never seen any of my videos, I'm a pretty just a loner, I guess you could. I don't know if that's the right term for it, but I'm pretty much by myself all the time. I don't I don't talk to too many people other than on the internet. And I know that's like really antisocial and stuff, but I have like this resentment towards a lot of the people my age, for the fact that it's not that I hold grudges or anything, or anything like that. It's that over and over again I've seen what people do, and I just get tired of it, and I'm really tired of dealing with it. Excuse me. And so I really just I'm not going to deal with it anymore, and I decided, you know what, I'm happy by myself and with the people that I love and stuff. So if I can just continue on as I am doing, that's fine for me. But a lot of people I talk to will tell me that it's not very healthy, Casey. You need people to talk to. You need to be around people. And for you guys who don't know, I am a Christian and stuff. I will be honest. I don't get to go to church as much as I would like to. I have limitations to pretty much physical activity, anything like that. But I take my own time at home, and take time out of that, of what I do in my day, to remember why I'm here and stuff like that. And my own beliefs and stuff might be different than what you think or believe in. And so, that's always open and stuff for people to talk about. I'm always open to criticism and comments and whatnot. But I don't really get to go very much and do very many things and talk to very many people. I've had people tell me, you know what, you should be a people person. We're made to be around other people. And my answer to that is, I know what happens to people in like solitary confinement. I know what happens to people who are by themselves. They go crazy and stuff like that. But you know, I know that my life is kind of restricted as far as what I can do. I know that my life is kind of it's very different, so to say, right? Well, I do have people that I can talk to, that I trust, and if I just get enough of people, and I can just click end and the call is done. I don't have to keep talking to them. I know people say things that we might not want to hear, or we don't really care for, and it's always good to be able to walk away and just say, no more of this. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of dealing with it. And sometimes in life, in the real world, we don't really have that choice, and we don't really have that decision. And even in some countries, you would do what you were told. It doesn't matter what you think or do. You are do it. You're to do as you're told. And so here recently, I've learned that there's a new South Sudan. I don't know how you pronounce it, and basically the top is, I believe it's like Muslim, and they've always told the South to I guess you could say the North is Muslim, and they've always told the South part of the country that they have to do certain things. They have to practice certain religions and belief systems and stuff like that. Well, now South Sudan is kind of, I guess you could say, liberated, or they are now a free country. So, like, you have all these Christian, Buddhist, Muslims, just every kind of thing, belief system that you can kind of think of is now available to go down. I think that's kind of cool because I think instead of, I'm more of a person to say I believe that we're made to be free. We're made to make decisions for ourselves. And yeah, our decisions do affect other people, but I don't really think that we're I don't really think that we're so much of a controlling, subject. I mean, I know that we would like to take control and have power. We're very greedy. We're very greedy as a organism, I guess you can say, as a being. But in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I really think we're more for living free and living life and learning by our choices and what we make and make of it. I don't know that having a king or a dictator control my life is living by any means. Now I know there's some who may work for and kind of have dealing and relations with people like that, and there are people out there who really do believe that they should be king, they should have a ruler. Some people, I guess you could say, are, I don't really know if this is the correct phrase, but some people believe that they are meant to be ruled. Some people believe that, some people are to be controlled because maybe they can't help themselves or do things themselves, or so some may say. But in my opinion, I think it's just the lack of motivation between some people keeps them from doing the things that they might need to do. And just because they might lack something sometimes doesn't really mean that, they need to be controlled by someone else. It just means they need some help. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion. But yeah, that's kind of different than what I've been thinking about recently, and just something I want to talk about. I want to know your opinions. What do you think life would be out if, I don't know where some of you guys live, but I do know a vast majority of my viewers are in the United States. What would life be, even here, without the ability to say what you wanted to say, the freedom to say what you want? And I know some people may mock it's a free country system, phrase, but in all honesty, compared to a lot of other countries, we are very lazy and we do what we want. So I'm just kind of curious as to what some of you guys might think. And as of today, I'm really happy to bring you this video, and now that I'm 20 years old, this starts a new chapter in my life and a new chapter for videos. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace, guys.